Hello everyone, and welcome to Experiment 8, which is synthesizing benzoin. This will be your first experiment out of a 3-week experiment. Note that the product you have obtained in this lab will be used for the following labs for the following weeks. In this week's lab, you'll be performing a distillation. This is what the distillation setup will look like. I will be going over the distillation setup very briefly. If you have any questions, you may ask your TA. First, grab your distillation head along with a clamp and put it onto your retort stand. Next, grab your condenser from your fume hood and then attach it to a clamp on a retort stand at a 45-degree angle, which attaches to your distillation head. Note that you would want to use 2 clamps to attach your condenser so that way it is stable. However, some condensers in the fume hoods are really hard to put on to a retort stand, so in this case you may use 1 clamp, but this is not good practice. Measure 20 mL of benzoaldehyde in a graduated cylinder. Put this benzoaldehyde in the 50 ml RBF flask along with a stir bar and attach it to your distillation head. After the RBF is attached to the distillation head, put some aluminum foil around the distillation head and the RBF flask. Once you attach the aluminum foil, remember to put a receiving adapter as well as a flask on the other end of the condenser, and now you can start distillation. Distill until you get your first 5 mL of benzoaldehyde, discard that, and then you should obtain 8 mL of benzoaldehyde and use that for the rest of the experiment. Next, measure out 1.2 grams of thiamine hydrochloride. Once measured, put this thiamine hydrochloride into an RBF flask. Next, measure 1 to 2 mL of water. Place a stir bar into the RBF flask with the thiamine hydrochloride, and then put the water to dissolve the thiamine hydrochloride. Next, measure out 12 mL of 95% ethanol. Put the 12 mL of 95% ethanol into the dissolved thiamine hydrochloride solution. Once you add the ethanol, put the solution into an ice bath for 2 to 3 minutes. Next, measure out 2 mL of 3 molar NaOH. Slowly add your NaOH solution into your RBF solution, and you shall see a color change. Make sure to check the pH of your solution and make sure it is basic. Once you check the pH of the solution, then add your distilled benzoaldehyde into the RBF flask. Once you add your distilled benzoaldehyde solution into your RBF solution, you can turn off your hot plate to stop the stirring from occurring, and then take your solution out of your ice bath and put a parafilm onto the RBF flask. Leave the RBF flask solution in your locker or in your fume hood for the next week's lab.